Hi, everyone. It is Casey Washington, and it is Wednesday. And guess what? We are at the Wellness Wednesday Wonderings. We haven't done this in a while, and I am glad to see that we are able to come back. I hope that I will get some people on. And if not, we're going to go on because it's recorded. It's going to be on Facebook Live and it's going to be on Instagram Live. So, again, welcome. I am Casey Washington from Sustah-Girl Chronicles. And every Wednesday I do a little short 1-minute video on the Wellness Wednesday quote or tip of the day. And today we're just going to talk a little more about a specific topic. And our topic today is about time management. So how I started thinking about time management was actually having a conversation with some friends, and we were talking about running through airports and missing planes. So I am not one of those ones who actually run through airports, or if I miss the plane, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. I'm one of those ones that will actually go to the airport extra early to make sure that I get that flight on time. So, but I do have some friends who will get there like an hour before the plane is departing, knowing that they have to go through security uh, and running to the gate, right? They're calling, on the intercom when you hear people calling names. If you don't board the plane now, you'll have to catch the next one. I have some friends who are like that. But anyway, today, as you can see with my shirt, today is Juneteenth. Juneteenth in the United States, June 19th, 2024. In this country, we are celebrating Juneteenth. So. It's a lot of history behind that. So if you want to know more about that, you can Google, but a lot of people already know that it represents freedom. Uh, Slaves in Galveston in Texas were told later after the proclamation that they were free. And so they celebrated Juneteenth. And now it is a national holiday. So we're going to get to the topic, time management. So uh, time management. I'm not perfect at time management, but I'm a work in progress. And I have realized that how important it is in my life and how it has helped me in so many different ways. But first, I'm going to start out with a little data. There's a company called Zippia, and they actually did a study or some surveys in 2022 and 2023 about time management. And it was some interesting numbers that came up, right? So first, did you know that 20% of adults are chronic procrastinators? Well, I'm not a procrastinator, so to speak. We all have our procrastination moments. There are times over here when it is procrastination station right here in my house, but I'm not chronic about it. But 20%, that's a lot. So out of 100 people, that's 20 people who are chronic procrastinators. Another statistic was that 82% of people don't have a time management system, whether it's personal or professional. They don't have it. 82%. So again, out of 100 people, that's 82 people that don't have a system in place when it comes to their time management. Yeah, well, people live and learn. And that in the professional setting, the average worker spends around 51% of every workday on tasks that are with low or no value. So, I've been a supervisor, I've been a principal, I've managed people. And yeah, I can see that. People just kind of piddle around. They may shuffle papers back and forth. They may walk back and forth to the washroom or to get water. And in office settings, it's a little harder in school. So I worked in school. So as a teacher and as a principal, you can't just be shuffling paper because you have kids in front of you. So it's a little different. Another thing is that people generally only spend 10 minutes a day planning out their day. And if they spent 10 minutes a day, no, they're not spending 10, if they only spent 10 minutes a day of planning their day, they could save up to 2 hours in that day. The 2 hours is a lot of time. That's time that you could spend on your own personal self-care. We are, as humans, really susceptible to distractions and procrastination. Most common problems with time management revolve around procrastination, distractions, and not prioritizing our things that are important. And then the other thing is that a lot of times we overthink instead of getting things done. I know I've done that where I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'll do this and this, and then I'll change my mind. I know I get distracted, and I'll tell you what distracts me. This, this, all that little things, all that little devices, right? They distract us. I know one time I actually did this little study for myself. I read where you should write down everything. Every time you pick up the phone, write down the time and how many minutes you actually spent doing something on your phone. So every time I turned around, when I wrote it down and I looked at all the times that I actually picked up the phone, and I was either I was checking email, I was checking text, I was on Instagram, I was on Facebook, I was watching YouTube because of the pimple popping videos. By the time I added up all that time, I had wasted 4 or 5 hours where I could have been doing something more productive. So just try that once. You'll be shocked at how much time you actually spend on your devices. It could, like I said, your phone. It could be your iPad, or it could be your laptop. Yeah, just take my word for it. It's eye opening. It is eye opening. So let's talk about wellness benefits, because I'm all about wellness, right? So the wellness benefits of time management, and there are a few. So I'm here to try to help you prioritize your wellness. Let's think about it more and how little things that we can do to make our lives a little easier and to make our lives less stressful. So the first thing that time management can do, one of the benefits, is definitely reducing stress. So if you come up with a plan for your day, you're less likely to have that anxiety about the things that you have to get done, right? So reducing stress means that you could just write down the list of things that you have to do that day. And then, of course, you got to prioritize. You got to prioritize those things that are most important and most urgent, and those things are not. And try not to stray from that. Even though I'm retired now, but I still have a little schedule that I do every day. On Sunday nights, I write down everything that I need to get done for the week. And as I go through the week, I scratch off those things that I've done. And sometimes I may miss one or two, but so I just put it on for the next week. But those are the things that are not the highest priority. Two, the second thing that time management can do for you is improve your mood. So if you're less stressed, you won't be in such a bad mood. You won't be in that emotional state of, oh my God, I got all these things to do. Stuff is piling up on my desk. I got all these messages on my phone. The kids need to go to baseball practice, ballet, blah, 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 blah. I need to cook dinner, all blah, 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 blah. Yeah. If you prioritize and you set up a system, then that might improve your mood. So we're talking about your emotional wellness right now, right? And not only that, when we reduce the stress, we're talking about your physical and your emotional wellness. Those are important. The third thing that having a time management plan or structure or routine, is that it probably will improve your sleep quality. Because you have all those things on your mind. When your brain won't sleep or rest, you're not going to sleep. You're still thinking about all the stuff you got to do, when you're going to do it, how is it going to get done. And then You're tossing and turning all night, tossing and turning. What? Oh, I used to do that when I was a principal. All night long, I was thinking about the list of things that I had to get done, the emails I had to send out, the reports I had to do, the budget stuff, all of that kind of stuff. Thank God for retirement. But I still have things that I think about. But I'm better at planning now, so got rid of some of that stress. Right? I may have gray hair, but I don't have bags. The fourth thing, you may have a better work-life balance. Once you get things kind of routined and scheduled and your checklists and all of those things, and figuring out what's important, what's not so important, what you can control and what you can't control, you will have a better work-life balance. If you get things done at work, that means you don't have to go in as early and you don't have to stay as late because you're getting things done. And your day is an 8-hour day instead of a 12-hour day. All right. So you will have more freedom to do things that you want to do when you have time management plans and routines and strategies. More freedom, more time to do those things that make you feel great, your passions, things you enjoy, your social wellness, spending time with friends, spending time with family, your spiritual wellness, where you may have time to practice meditation, walking through the woods, whatever it is that you want to do, but more time for freedom. Also, time management helps us to become more focused on the things that are important, things that we have to do and have to finish, so that then we're not as easily distracted. I know I have my moments of distraction, right? I told you I'm a work in progress, and I'm not going to lie about it. Work in progress, that's me. We're all a work in progress. Um, Higher levels of productivity, especially at work, if we have our time management under control, less procrastination because we're focused and we know what we have to do. Less distractions. Well, we talked about that a little bit. Less distractions. You're focused, so you're going to have less distraction. When people try to distract you, you're like, "Hey, I got stuff to do." Talk to you at lunch, right? Talk to you at break, but I got stuff to do. It also improves your relationships where because you're more focused and you have more freedom and you have more work-life balance, it improves the relationships both at work and at home, with your kids, home with your companion, your mate, your husband, your wife, and other family members. So again, that social wellness plays a part. And then increase self-awareness. When you are aware of all the things that you have to do and you set that routine and that schedule, you become more aware of self and how you operate and how certain things make you feel on an emotional level, physical, all of them, environmental, occupational, all the dimensions of wellness that will be affected by being better at time management. That's a lot of information. I'm just going to briefly say one more time. So, time management will help you reduce stress. It's going to improve your mood. It's going to help you sleep better. It's going to give you more free time. You're going to have a better work-life balance. You're going to focus more on what's important. You're going to have a higher level of productivity, less distractions, less procrastination, improved relationships, and increased self-awareness. And the last thing we're going to talk about, turn my notes over. The last thing we're going to talk about are some tips to improve your time management skills. Just a few tips. These are just suggestions. You have to do what works best for you. But I want you to um, feel and experience all the benefits of time management. Okay? The first thing that I try to do is set reminders of tasks. So that's a suggestion. You set reminders. I know we have devices and we talked about their distractions, but you can set timers on your phone. You can set timers on your watch For example, right now I have to do eye drops because I had a detached retina some months ago, and I have to do them 4 times a day. So that I don't forget, I set the timer on my watch every 6 hours. When it goes off, I know I need to go and do the drops. So setting reminders of tasks is important. Two, create a daily planner or a weekly planner. I create a weekly planner and I check off that list. These are the things that I have to do for the week. You can do that daily, especially at work. Things change, so you not might and put those times in. Put time limits in there. So, for example, my daily schedule is kind of like from 8 to 9. I'm going out to do my morning walk or my exercise. Come back 9:15 to 9:45. I'll have some breakfast. 10 to 12, I'm working. I'm either doing some freelance writing, I'm doing some coaching, or some 10 to 12. 12 to 12:45, I have lunch. Come back 1 o'clock to 3:30 or 4 o'clock, doing some more work. 4 o'clock, start to kind of wind down, clearing out whatever last little task that I have to do, and then 4:45, 5 o'clock, shutting it down, and I shut it down at 5 because I want that work-life balance, right? As I said, give each task a time limit. Blocking out distractions. It's hard. It is so hard, but try to do it. It may not work all day long, but try to do it for a couple hours. Distractions. Distractions. Yeah. Yeah. We know it's something about the brain and the phones, but it's distractions. Establish a routine. I've done that. Establish a routine. Even when I was working, it was a routine. Yes, where I knew where I had what I had to do. It was a routine, especially when you're catching a train at a certain time. You have to be at the train, so you get in that routine. I got to go. Yeah, I got to go. I got to have things ready. Um, Prioritizing your task from the order of urgency and importance. Just this is the highest, this is the lowest, what's in between, and setting those time limits on those tasks of what you have to do. And then give yourself, this is one of the most important ones, give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. You're developing your routines and what works for you is not going to happen overnight. It's a process. It's not an event. It's one-time event. It's a process. And whatever doesn't work for you, okay, I'm done with that, and then let me try something. Let me try something else that may work. And just kind of get a feel, but you got to give yourself grace. We are all a work in progress, like I said. So just think about where you may need more improvement in some areas than others, and work from there. You know, journal, keep a journal of what's working and what's not working, and what needs a little more work in those areas of time management, and you'll be all right. You'll be all right. So that is all I have today. So I'm going to just go over one more time. You're going to set reminders. So you have homework. You're going to choose which one of these time management tips works for you or can help you out. Setting the reminder of tasks. You can use your phone. You can use your watch or whatever you have, your computer, whatever you have, you can use. You don't have to go buy anything new. You've already got what you need. Create a daily planner or a weekly planner. Give each task a time limit. Set a time limit for it. From 9 to 10, I'm going to work on this. 10 to 11, I'm working on this. 10 to 10:15, I'm taking a break. All those kind of things. Blocking out distractions. That's the other one. Establish a routine. Prioritize your tasks from the most urgent, most important, and again, give yourself grace. And that is all I have today for Wellness Wednesday Wonderings. You feel free to reach out to me if you have any other suggestions that I didn't think about. And just let me know how things are working for you. in your quest to be better at time management. And don't miss any planes. Don't be running through the airport trying to catch a plane and then they're closing the door on you. Don't do that. Yes, don't do that. So, you all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Have a healthy rest of your day. And I will see you soon.